Hello, my dear friends. It's so wonderful to see you again today on our journey to better health. I'd like to ask you something small. Have you ever picked up a piece of fruit, thinking it's good for you, sweet, juicy, praised by everyone, but then afterward, you felt tired, your mind a little foggy, or your blood sugar spiked? If so, you're not alone. I've been there too, and it turns out it's not just our imagination. It's our body speaking to us. Today, I want to share something that surprised even me when I first learned it. Not every fruit is our friend, especially after we've crossed 60. A recent study from 2023 in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that some high-sugar fruits, the ones often marketed as healthy, can increase the risk of metabolic syndrome by 57% in people over 65. Do you know what that is? It's tied to strokes, diabetes, and heart issues, things none of us want knocking at our door. Scarier still, these fruits can quietly harm our bodies every day, speeding up aging, dulling our memory, and spiking blood sugar worse than a can of soda, without us even noticing. But don't worry, my friend, because it's not all bad news. There are also amazing fruits out there, like natural medicine gifted to us as we age past 60. They can lower blood pressure, strengthen our hearts, and even make our minds feel younger, as if time rewound a few years. Today, I'll tell you about 4 fruits we should eat every day and 4 others to steer clear of, including one that's sweet, beloved, but might be silently draining your energy and vitality. I still remember the first time I realized this. A friend of mine, Susan, 68, used to love a fruit everyone thought was healthy. But every time she ate it, she felt heavy and tired, and we couldn't figure out why. When we dug into it and made a change, it was like she rediscovered a lightness from her youth. So stay with me, all right? We'll explore this together, step by step, so you can walk into your kitchen each day with joy and confidence, knowing you're nourishing your body the right way. Are you ready? Let's get started. My dear friends, now we're diving into the best part, the fruits I call golden allies for our health past 60. Let's start with the first 2 gifts from nature that I'm sure you'll want on your table today. First up is avocado. Oh, I know you might be thinking, avocado a fruit? It's so rich and creamy. But yes, it's a fruit, and one of the best friends we could invite into our lives. Remember the old days when people said fat was the enemy? I used to avoid avocados, thinking they'd make me gain weight or hurt my heart. But it turns out that was a big misunderstanding. Avocados have good fats, monounsaturated fats, that our hearts need to stay strong. They lower bad cholesterol, boost the good kind, like a gentle cleaner for your blood vessels. For folks like us, with heart risks lurking at this age, avocado is truly a blessing. What I love most about avocados is their potassium, more than bananas, nearly 975 milligrams per fruit. Potassium's like a kind companion, balancing out sodium, soothing blood vessels, and keeping our blood pressure in a safe range. Did you know nearly 2/3 of people over 65 deal with high blood pressure? I once saw my cousin John, 67, worrying about his readings. When he started eating half an avocado a day, spread on whole grain toast or blended into a smoothie, he told me he hadn't felt so light in years. And there's more. Avocados keep our eyes sharp. They've got lutein, an antioxidant that guards against macular degeneration, something I know many of you at this age worry about. Plus, they help your body soak up vitamins from veggies better, sometimes by many times over. So how do you bring this friend to your plate? Simple. Just half a fruit a day with a splash of lemon, mixed into greens, or scooped straight with a spoon. It's easy and delicious. Next is apples. Oh, apples aren't strangers, are they? But don't underestimate this humble friend. Apples have a special fiber called pectin, like a feast for the good bacteria in our gut. A happy gut means better digestion, stronger immunity, and more efficient nutrient absorption. Things we need so much as age slows everything down. I once heard from my friend Linda, 62, who always felt bloated after meals. When she added an apple a day, everything changed. She felt so much lighter. Apples also help lower our cholesterol, thanks to pectin grabbing the bad stuff and ushering it out. They've got flavonoids too, reducing inflammation and caring for our hearts. The wonderful thing is, despite their sweetness, apples don't spike blood sugar. Great news for anyone watching diabetes. And did you know chewing apples cleans your mouth, cutting down on cavities? Something I've noticed matters more as the dentist becomes a regular visitor. Adding apples to your day is a breeze. Red, green, yellow, any kind works. Just one, for breakfast or a light dessert, and it'll nurture you from the inside out. These two friends, avocado and apple, are a perfect start to caring for ourselves simply and effectively. Next time, we'll talk about two more fruits. You'll be amazed at their power. My friends, we've covered avocado and apples, two wonderful allies for our health at this age. Now, let me introduce two more gems, treasures I wish I'd known about sooner. They're not just tasty, they're like natural medicine, keeping our hearts beating strong and our minds sharp. Ready to discover them? Let's keep going. First is pomegranate. Just looking at those ruby red seeds makes me smile. Pomegranate might not be your everyday pick, but past 60, it's a gift for our hearts and minds. Have you ever felt your body slowing down, like things aren't as nimble as they once were? That's because our blood vessels can stiffen over time, raising blood pressure and straining our hearts. Pomegranate has something called punicogens, an antioxidant so powerful, scientists say it can reduce stress in our vessels by over 30%. Picture your blood vessels as little roads. Pomegranate sweeps them clear, letting blood flow smoothly. What I adore about pomegranate is how it cares for our memory too. I think of my friend Henry, 71, who used to worry about forgetting names or things. He started adding a splash of pomegranate juice to his morning smoothie, just a bit. And after a few weeks, he told me his mind felt clearer, like he'd reclaimed a piece of himself. Studies from UCLA back this up. Pomegranate boosts verbal memory, something we all want to hold on to, right? You don't need a whole pomegranate daily. Just half a cup of seeds sprinkled on a salad or a dash of pure juice in your drink does the trick. If chewing's a concern, the juice brings nearly all the benefits without the effort. Just pick the no-sugar kind. And if you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor first to be safe. Pomegranate's a simple way to love your body, and it'll repay you with renewed vitality. Next is berries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. Oh, I call them nature's candy because they're sweet and mighty. If there's one fruit I'd urge everyone at this age to eat daily, it's berries. They've got anthocyanins, the stuff behind their vibrant colors, working like tiny heroes in our bodies. They cut brain inflammation, help nerve cells chat better. A study in the Annals of Neurology blew me away. Just 2 servings of berries a week can slow cognitive aging by 2.5 years. That means your mind could stay younger than your years. Berries also keep us steady, lowering fall risks, something I know many of you think about. They care for our hearts too, making vessels flexible, easing blood pressure, and steadying blood sugar. My neighbor Ellen, 65, used to feel her energy dip and rise unpredictably when she started adding a cup of berries to breakfast, mixed with yogurt or sprinkled on oatmeal. She told me she felt awake and happy, like every day was fresh. Bringing berries into your life is as easy as pie. 1 cup a day, fresh or frozen, in a smoothie, with breakfast, or nibbled as dessert. Just skip the dried ones with added sugar. We want them pure. Pomegranate and berries, these two friends, are waiting for you to embrace their power. I promise your body will thank you, day by day, in the gentlest, steadiest way. My dear friends, we've talked about the wonderful fruits that keep us strong and vibrant at this age. But now, let me share the other side of the story. Fruits that seem harmless, even beloved, but can quietly hurt us, especially past 60. Don't worry, I'm not here to scold. I just want us to see clearly and choose wisely. Let's start with the first two. First up is grapes. Oh, those little clusters, sweet and dainty, popping into your mouth by the handful. I used to think they were nature's perfect treat. But then I learned something. For folks like us, grapes might not be as friendly as they look. Did you know a cup of grapes has 23 grams of sugar, close to a small candy bar, but hardly any fiber? That means the sugar hits your blood fast as lightning, spiking and crashing, leaving you tired and heavy. For those of us trying to keep blood sugar steady or manage weight, it's a real challenge. I think of my friend Tom, 66, who loved nibbling grapes in the afternoon. But he kept feeling sluggish, even shaky afterward, and couldn't figure out why. When I suggested he skip them for a few days and try an apple instead, he was amazed at how steady his energy became. Grapes can carry another risk too. Unless they're organic, they're often coated with pesticides, which our weakening immune systems don't handle well. So, as cute as grapes seem, I'd say let them sit aside for now, at least until you're sure your body can take it. Next is dried fruits. I know many of us adore these little packs: dried apricots, raisins, mango, sweet and handy to carry. But friends, this is a sweet trap I've fallen into myself. When fruit dries, the water's gone, leaving sugar packed tight like a little bomb. Just a handful of dried apricots equals several fresh ones, but you don't feel full because there's no fiber or water to say enough. For folks like us, with blood sugar that wobbles or diabetes to manage, these sugar spikes can throw everything off. That's not all. Many dried fruits have sulfites, a preservative I didn't notice at first. Then I met Clara, 69, who'd get short of breath after eating raisins. Turns out she was sensitive to sulfites, something older folks with breathing issues like asthma or COPD can struggle with. I suggested she switch to fresh fruit, and in just days, she told me she breathed easier, like her lungs were freed. These things can also stir up inflammation, making joints ache more, something nearly half of us over 65 deal with. So, instead of keeping a box of dried fruit in the kitchen, make room for fresher friends, all right? These two, grapes and dried fruits, might be habits of yours, but I hope you'll look at them with a bit of care. We're not giving up joy here. We're learning to love our bodies the right way. Next time, I'll tell you about two more fruits to avoid. One might surprise you. My dear friends, we've traveled quite a path today, learning about wonderful fruit friends and those sneaky sweet pretenders we should watch out for. Now, let's uncover the last two fruits on our avoid list. One of them was a favorite of mine, but I see it differently now. Then, we'll wrap it all up so you can step forward with confidence and peace. Ready? Let's keep going. First is unripe bananas. I know you might be surprised. What's wrong with bananas, right? I thought so too, until I learned more about my body at this age. Ripe yellow bananas are fantastic, but green ones, still spot-free, are another story. They're full of resistant starch. Sounds good, but for folks like us, with digestion slowing and enzymes fading, it can spell trouble. It doesn't digest easily, leading to bloating, tummy aches, or even more upset if you've got something like irritable bowel syndrome. I think of Martha, 64, who loved green bananas because she'd heard they were gut-friendly. But every time she ate them, her stomach puffed up and she felt off, puzzled why. When I suggested she wait a few days until they ripen with brown spots, she was amazed at how much better things felt. Unripe bananas can also make it harder to absorb nutrients from other foods, something we can't take lightly as age weakens us. So, if you see green bananas in your basket, be patient and let them ripen. That's how they turn from troublemakers into friends. Last is grapefruit. Oh, this was a shock when I learned the truth. Grapefruit used to be hailed as a health king, and I loved its tangy sweet bite at breakfast. But friends, for folks like us, especially if you're on meds, grapefruit can be a silent danger. It has something called furanocoumarins that mess with an enzyme in your gut, one that handles about 85 different drugs. When that enzyme's blocked, drugs can build up in your blood way higher than the dose you took, like accidentally overdosing. I heard about Paul, 70, who took cholesterol meds and kept eating grapefruit. One day, he had awful muscle pain, and his doctor found the drug in his blood was 4 times normal, all from half a grapefruit. Common meds like statins, blood pressure pills, even anxiety drugs can be affected, and the impact lasts up to 72 hours. So, if you're on any prescription, ask your doctor if grapefruit's safe. Don't let its healthy look fool you. It's a bigger risk than we might think. Here's the wrap-up, my friend. We've explored 4 amazing fruits: avocado, apples, pomegranate, and berries, allies that help us walk lightly, think clearly, and keep our hearts strong. But there are 4 to watch out for: grapes, dried fruits, unripe bananas, and grapefruit, that can quietly steal energy, upset blood sugar, or cause bigger trouble than you'd guess. The beauty is, it's all in our hands. Choosing the right fruits isn't just about eating. It's how we love our bodies day by day. I still recall when I first tried this, swapping grapes for berries, waiting for bananas to ripen, and I felt different, like my body said thank you in the gentlest way. So, next time you're in the kitchen, pick these good friends, and if you can, pair them with a bit of protein or healthy fat to make it even better. Did anything surprise you today? Any fruit you love that you'll rethink now? Share with me. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for being here with me, and I can't wait to see you again soon.